If you guys need wheels, tires, guys suck. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Lawson with Custom Offsets. Today, joining with me is Luke from Archon Off-Road, and we're gonna be rating some trucks from the gallery.
Sweet.
Are you ready?
I hope so.
If you guys need wheels, tires, or suspension for your truck, CustomOffsets.com, let's hop to it. Alrighty, so first up, this episode is all of the brand new trucks, so your 2019 and 2020 trucks. So hopping into it, we have 2020 Ford F-250 Super Duty, Axe Off-Road, Axe 2.0, 22 by 12, negative 44. The Nitto Ridge Grappler 37 by 12.5 on a rough country suspension, lift of 4.5 inches. See what else he's got in here. No trimming, no rubbing, no spacers. Looking through, he's got like that black and red theme going on throughout all the truck. I always get confused with the Axe Off-Road because like they're 2.0 or like they're 1.0 or like
anything else in numeric. It makes it hard to like realize what you're exactly looking at. But
yeah.
I don't know. I'm a fan of the Axe wheels though.
Yeah, so am I. It's so hard to like picture what each one is because it's because their numbers is their like model, and it's like, oh my gosh. So that's how you get 2.0. It looks like it's their black and milled.
Yeah, he's got a lot of red on it too.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if I'm necessarily a giant fan of. Like,
right.
Like the suspension components are fine. I'm definitely a big fan of that, but like just as far as the lettering, it might be a little bit too over the top for my taste.
Yeah, pretty simple. You ready?
Yeah, it's 3, 2, 1.
Yep. 3, 2, 1, 7. Why'd you go with the 7?
I don't know. Like, it's a sharp looking truck, and you know, new Super Duty on 37s, I'm definitely a big fan of, and like obviously the bigger the better. But like I said, I think it's just the accenting on it kind of killed it a little bit.
Right.
Like maybe you could skip the hood a little bit. Window banners are all right, but I don't know. There's just a little bit too much red for me. But
yeah.
As a whole, I'm still a fan of it.
I think you and I are in the same boat. Everyone has probably come to know that I'm not a huge fan of red. I do like black and red, like the K350 looks phenomenal, but I think it's a little much just on this one. I do dig like all of the suspension components being red, tying in with like the red in the center cap, and you know, stuff like that. But as far as like you said, the banners being red, you could even leave the side badges red, you know, for the F-250. But other than that, like the stuff on the hood, like you said, in the banners, is just a bit too much for me.
Everywhere you look, there's red.
Yeah, yeah. But a solid start, like a solid start. If you're trying to go even farther with this truck, a solid start. But then also too, like you said, 37s is just, it's so crazy how you can just stuff 37s in these trucks. I love it. Love everything about this. Oh my gosh. Ooh, baby.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, I know Luke's gonna enjoy this one. All right, 2019 Ram 2500, running the American Force Blade SS's in a 2414 negative 73. Toyo Tire Proxies ST30535 and a Carly leveling kit.
White on chrome.
Yes.
Always.
Always. Slight rub at full turn. Well, yeah, that's a given. Does have 2-inch wheel spacers in the front and the rear. That's all he's got for details. Let's take a look at this hot thing.
Sharp looking truck.
Yeah. Look at all those rock lights, lighting her up. Oh!
Definitely a fan.
It's just beautiful.
Dude, there's something just about 5th gen Rams. Like, they're so clean, and especially if you do white on chrome. Like,
yeah.
You just can't go wrong.
I love that photo. The front end, it's just so like low and wide. Steamroller.
Looks like it's mad at you.
Yeah.
All the time.
Well, and like 5th gen Rams, dude, are just so beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know we have a bunch of us around here love the 5th gen Ram.
It seems like everybody here like has a soft spot for it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It looks like maybe some of his leveling kit is powdered, unless he just left it raw to kind of match the like chrome.
What did you say to you for lift kit?
Just a Carly leveling kit.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I don't know if that came raw or if he had it powdered or something, but it definitely is clean. You know, if he would have had that like black or something, it would have been maybe just a little out of place.
Yeah, it kind of ties together. I mean, having even just like you said, if it came raw, just slapping it on there, it still looks good because it kind of just ties into the rest of the truck because it's all lighter colors.
Right.
So,
right.
I don't know. I'm definitely a fan of that as well.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, 10. 8.
8.
I thought you were going for a 10 for sure.
See, it would be like a high 9s or a 10. I'm just not a fan of the blades.
Yeah.
I don't know, something about those big chunky American Forces that everybody puts on trucks, I'm just not a fan of.
And you see them everywhere. I feel like exactly. I see the blades in at least one truck on every episode of From the Gallery, so I totally get it. I think I just went with it just because there really isn't anything I would change. Now, talking about the blades, because that is what kind of had me on what was gonna tip me over to a 10 or not. But I really wouldn't trade anything on this truck. I think it's beautiful, everything's done. even the attention to detail with the stock tails. But the blades, I could see this with a different American Force wheel, but I still love that he did go with the polished wheels to match with the grill and all the accents and everything to go with, like you said, the white on chrome.
Right.
But the blades work with this. Now, I've seen the blades on like big, huge trucks, and then I'm not a fan. But I don't mind it on this application. So.
Right. Yeah, on like a leveled or like a reverse leveled, yeah, they have their place and they fit, especially on like a newer truck. I don't know. You could do some like concave Johnnies on this though, and it would look killer. So another thing that kind of brought it down just a little bit was the taillights. I'm just not a huge
Oh, you don't
fan.
like them?
There's a little bit too much white in it, and I think kind of the taillight kind of makes the rear end of the truck pop a little bit. But this kind of just blends in, and it, I don't know, looks kind of out of place.
All right, next up we have a 2019 Chevy Silverado 1500. Running the XF Forge XFX 302s in a 22x12, -44, Nitto NT 420S street tires in a 285/55 and a 2-inch leveling kit. Slight rub at full turn, not surprised, no trimming, no spacers.
Slap them on and run it.
Another black and red Johnny.
You're picking a whole bunch of them.
Yeah. Now these are XF Forge though, Forge wheels.
Yeah, I don't know if that necessarily makes it better.
Yeah. Do you think that you've seen enough?
Probably. I mean, like you said, there's only four to go off of, so.
Yeah.
Give it a 3, 2, 1.
All right, 3, 2, 1, 6.
5. You can go first this time.
All right. For me, for this application, I would have liked to see a different tire. You know, a street tire on just a normal truck. I get it because those street tires, especially the 420Ss, are meant for like your summer cruiser, just cruising around. But if if this is a daily driver, you know, and you're encountering any sort of weather conditions, you're going to struggle.
Right.
I also think I only truly love like the 420Ss on like your straight up drag trucks or like your classics. Seeing it on like a new truck is weird.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say too. Like if you have a 2019 Silverado and you're running a 2-inch leveling kit, like if I personally own that truck, I would use it. Towing with it, I'd be driving through, like you said, inclement weather. Like I said, just using it. And personally, I don't know if I'd really run a street tire for that. Either like an all-terrain or just even some of your MTs that don't have quite as big of like a lug pattern you can get away with. So I would almost have gone with just a different tire setup. But other than that, yeah, it's a decent looking truck.
I do dig the wheel choice. I do like this model of the XF Forge, especially you going with a forged wheel. And very aggressive at a 22x12 on such a small lift. You know, just a leveling kit. But I know that these are still the round, or these are still the square wheel well. So it's hard. I definitely, maybe that's why he chose to do a street tire. But and same thing with the red. It's just not my thing, and that's kind of where I went with that. But definitely a good start, and good luck on your build. 2020 Toyota Tacoma XF Forged. XFX 302s, 2414 -76, Federal Coraja SU 305 35s, and Supreme suspension lift of 7 inches. No rubbing, minor plastic trimming, which he just trimmed the lower valence. It still has no rubbing, that's pretty impressive, and no spacers. But I guess when you're that tall.
I was gonna say, usually these guys drive straight home, so catch my drift. So.
Yeah. But especially with that 7-inch lift, and looks like just the valence.
Dude, there's something about like a lifted Tacoma that just people just stuff like 24s under and just run it. Obviously everybody down south.
Dude, they've been popping up everywhere.
It's a big like Florida, Carolinas, you know, down there type of deal. Being big and obnoxious and get something just not what it's supposed to be, which is half the fun of it.
All right, ready?
Yeah, go for it.
3, 2, 1, 7.
Dang it, dude.
We're just on the same page today. All right, why 7?
I'm definitely a fan of it. You know, like I said, being big and obnoxious and wide, and that's like half the reason that everybody lifts Tacomas the way that they do. I don't know. There's really, other than wheels, tires, suspension, there's really not much else done to the truck. It's pretty much just a base Tacoma that they put wheels under, but it still looks cool. I don't know if I'd squat it that much, but apparently that's a big thing now for you guys. So.
Yeah. That's kind of why I went to. I can't tell if it's fully squatted just because of the angle of the driveway. It might not be. Same thing as you. You know, it's super new. With it being a 2020, you know, props to picking up your 2020 Tacoma and just.
Right.
Once again, I love this XF Forge wheel. I do like to see it, you know, in the polish on this one instead of the or like more brushed. It looks like. instead of the last one.
Yeah, definitely. Like a brush finish on like a gray vehicle.
But I'm in the same boat. I do like when people take these Tacomas and stuff, huge lifts and with it, because it's not your
truck giant lift. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not your typical. It almost looks like a Matchbox car. It looks like weird, but at the same time works super, super well. So I definitely dig it. It is a great start. You know, since it is a 2020, I take it this probably isn't the end of this build. I'm sure he'll be doing some other stuff, and we'd love to see it once you do. So definitely send it in. Well, that's what we got for you guys on this episode of From the Gallery. Thank you, Luke, for joining me. Let us know down in the comment section below what you guys thought of all these trucks. Give your rating on every single truck that we rated here today. And if you guys need wheels, tires, suspension, you already know, CustomOffsets.com. See you in the next one. Banker, what do you think about this truck? What would you rate this truck?
I don't do these anymore because I'm offensive.
Okay, bye.